the channel. I'm Natalie. I'm an artist and tarot card reader living in Vienna, Austria. This is your monthly reading. I hope you already watched the all signs reading before, so you know what this month, what Leo season is up to in general. And now we will get into your reading. It's a bit windy outside. I hope the mic doesn't catch too much of the wind. Okay, Scorpio. In general, you are very much in your calm corner. You are surrounded by a bit of drama, or there's emotional stuff going on with other people. You hear the crying, you hear the wailing all around, and you just decided to leave, or you will decide to leave. First card out. Yes, stability. Yes. So Scorpios, what I feel for you is that you are on the search for stability and you're actively acting towards becoming more stable. This might mean being more actively involved in developing your own boundaries, communicating your boundaries. Normally, I feel like Leo season is a very tough season for you since you're all water, and the change from water to fixed fire can be a little tricky. But this time around, I feel like you're managing it quite well. Did I say quite well? Okay, so again, we have two Scorpio groups, the one that's working on stability and the other group that is just worrying. All the energy that you are given in Leo season to make something productive out of this year, you waste on worrying about others, worrying about health, worrying about the future, worrying about whatever. So there's a lot of mental activity. Or you could be both, you could be fine one day and troubled the next day. So I feel like that's again the change between Cancer season, which is water and which probably wasn't the easiest for you, but still that change from stop, go. Yeah, bit tricky to handle. Oh, very much tricky to handle. So Scorpio, if I feel like, let me feel into this. So there is the possibility to be lured into other people's drama or to, now I got it. Leo season wants you to give zero about other people's drama or your drama. So if you spend any energy on something that is emotionally tormenting to you, you will end up like this. This is not fun. This is all your energy going out of the window for something that is totally not worth it. So yes, the topic is mental stability, and mental stability means fruitfulness in your real life. Whatever you can do that is practical, whatever you can do that it has to do something with your hands, has to do something with your body, has to do something with a concrete thing that you can create to bring in this world. May it be knitting, may it be making art, may it be writing stories, whatever creative output you can have, or just repotting your plants. It's something that can be done, brings you into that kind of calmness. So the topic for you is really calm, stable. Getting out of that mental overactivity, because Scorpio, you're the thinker. You're the thinker, and you love to calculate things and be very much in your mind at the moment. But if you put all that energy that Leo season brings into thinking more about it, it sort of becomes too much and you literally burn a fuse. That energy needs to be directed into your body, into something materialistic, so to say, something that can be touched. Yes, and if you manage that, everything will balance itself out. Everything will be very, very well in your life. Emotionally, you can really communicate. You can really turn that kind of energy, that emotional drama upheaval, and focus it into one thing that you can do. And so this is where all the energy pours into. So it pours from here into being actively pouring it into the greater perspective, which is what's happening when you really actively work on something that does not let you worry I feel like you have a very hard time communicating your plans, or seeing your plans clearly. You have a lack of ideas or a lack of perspective at the moment, which doesn't stress you out too much. It's just very hard to answer the question,
Oh, what are you doing at the moment? How are you doing?
That question is very hard to answer for yourself because it takes energy that you do not have. It's very, like, all the muscles here grow heavy. I feel like it's not, you don't want to talk about your stuff with others at the moment. And you look for people who are able to understand that. So search for a company that knows you well and that doesn't force you to communicate things that are clear to you, because they should be obvious and clear to everyone. It's clear and obvious to you because it's your stuff, but it's not clear and obvious to everyone else. So you're being told that for Leo season, it's best to surround yourself with people who you do not need to explain yourself to, who just will get you and get what you're up to and get what your work is and get what the message behind your work is. I feel like Leo season really brings up the big stuff. So I think every single reading up till now did have the major arcana in it. That tells me that something is going on the bigger realm. So I feel like it's a collective stepping up your game, becoming more aware, probably becoming the most aware that you've ever felt. That doesn't necessarily mean that everything is just fun and easy. The realizations that you had in Cancer season as well let you see so clearly what your life is about right now. What happened in the last 10, 20, 30 years that were things that you could not see happening. Gaslighting, manipulation. Normally things that you really are not very prone to attract, and you normally do see those things. But if somebody is really close to you, and if that's somebody you really love or you feel like deeply connected to or even obliged to, you don't see that. They can do with you whatever they want and they can hurt you really deeply. And you realize that is their issue and not yours. So really, you release some shame around that, and that makes you a lot lighter. So I feel like the world in this case is a very uplifting, light, breathing in new air, like you lost about 20 pounds within a couple of days. Very good card. But the trickery is not really over. Those people are not totally out of your life, and there will be new connections that the other party is trying to create towards you. So they will try to reconnect. They will try to do the same thing over and over and over again until we tell them to stop. Which, really, Scorpio? You don't like that? You don't have too many people really, really close to your heart? If you have to talk to those people, like we've been there before, we've been there with surround your people who get you. And this obviously is somebody who does not get you. And so talking to them feels really, you don't want to do that. It feels heavy. It feels like you feel nauseous and dizzy and overwhelmed and really like not in the mood to talk about them in any sort of way. So the other part, the other person, the other group will try to hurt you. If they cannot connect to you and hurt you directly, they will start to spread rumors. They will they will want to find a way where they can trigger you so they can attach themselves to you emotionally again. Tricky situation, and then you kind of end up here again, right? What to do, Scorpio? What to do? What to do is... Are you the one down here looking up here, or are you the one being looked at? And I think it's the second one. Be aware that those people who are tricking you and who are not being honest with you actually admire you and they envy you. And they feel like you have so much knowledge, which you do because you are the thinker. that they really want to be it's that kind of love-hate relationships. They want to be in your circle, but they can't stand you. They cannot tolerate your message because it's too strong for them. You know, if the medicine becomes poison because it's too strong, that's sort of what you are to them. So they really see that you are able to heal others, but you're poison to them. And so they start to resent you and hate you. Although you do nothing different, it's just their capability of not being able to be strong enough to handle the poison, which is not poison in itself. It's just because they're so weak that even the smallest part of your wisdom is triggering them so much because it feels like poison to them. You know what I mean? Own and hone your skills. Do not even look at the others. Do not even think about the others. You do you. You really have a tremendous ability of planning for the long haul, planning for the long run. If you look at your plans that are not like immediate, but that are till November, December, till your own season, I think there are some things where you know, oh, it would be nice to be able to do this or that in winter. And there are certain preparations that could be done right now, and this is what you should focus on. If you want to take a certain art class, prepare your art materials right now. If you want to start shooting a new movie, talk to the actors right now. If there's something that you want to do there, prepare the people who are in your project right now. Start to bring everyone into the project. And if it's just you, look for things that you can already prepare for that plan, for that season. Or if it's just Udemy and taking a new course of something that you really wanted to learn for a long time, maybe a new language or something, now is the moment to pick that up. Well, not now, but in 3 weeks or something towards the end of the season, and it gives you a lot of energy and it gives you a lot of vital force. You thrive on development, you thrive on self-development, and you love that. And when you see that you are becoming better, that people are really enthusiastic about working with you, or that you yourself are really enthusiastic about the project, it really gives you a lot of energy right now, even just thinking about it. So projecting yourself into the future gives you the energy to work on what needs to be worked on right now. Oh, and then we move on. Okay, so I feel like this is really, it starts off kind of hard and harsh, but this is the card where you have the world in your hand and you can see and look into the future at the end of the season. When we move out of Leo towards Virgo, in Virgo season, you will be able to see even clearer what this year will need and bring and offer you. Good cards, Scorpio. Let's look at your cards as I see them. Okay, Scorpio, welcome back to the cards as I see them. So, overall, I think it's a back and forth start into Leo season. So you start off seeking or having quite some stability in your life at the moment. So I feel like this is already happening. You're really planning for that. You're really looking into how can you be more thoughtful about your own connections between others. You know, I feel like it's even drawing the ones that are close to even closer. But then again, you start to worry and you start to doubt. And when you doubt, Scorpio, you don't sleep or you don't rest or you don't really realize and get to enjoy the things that are going on around you. You become the one that attracts trouble to you, which is the thing that is happening here. So I feel like there's a lot of the drama that is going on around you, involving you, or even not involving you, but just the ones that you witness. They kind of tend to distract you, just make you so weak and so lost, sort of, that all the energy goes out of you and you feel like very much out of alignment of your own path. Even though there is yellow in the background, so there is the potential of energy and there is the potential of this being a very positive development for you, which we will see in the next card. but it feels like it's a very beautiful story from dark background. I feel like these are people close to you and you worry about them a lot, and the worry makes everything worse. From there, you move into the bigger yellow background from here to here, where you find your stability. Woo! Stability. The wind is blowing away the cards. Wait a second. Interesting. What I feel like is, since it's those two cards that were blown away first, I feel like you don't have the patience for all of this here. Let's get to the good point, the good part. Okay, Scorpio, you need the patience. The wind doesn't have the patience. But I feel like you get to have the best of your season when you really put yourself into action. Right. Draw. Put your thoughts onto paper, write a diary, do something with it, but do something else with it than just staying up all night till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and not sleep at all and just worry, or just spend your time on negative thinking. In general, that's not what's asked of you. What's asked of you is, bring your emotions onto paper, do something with it. You are the thinker, you're the one who has all the insight from your brain. And then when you kind of share it with others, or share it on paper, or share it with the world, bring it into this world, manifest it somehow, give it a body, it will overflow, and it will be such an abundance of feelings for you that it's easier to handle your water. And then you want to surround yourself with people who really get you. There's no time to explain yourself. There's no energy to explain yourself. All your focus should go into your creativity and into your thought processes becoming manifested. And so if you have to explain yourself all the time, why you kind of want to run away, why you flee, why you withdraw, there is no patience and there is no energy for explaining yourself. There is time and there is a place for new realizations to really marinate in whatever you found in Cancer season. And it may as well be that you're not expecting yourself to be this social super all-rounder who is the doer and the feeler and whatnot. So Scorpio, you have a tendency to be a perfectionist in a very, very detailed way, and you tend to be so very strict with others, but even more, twice or thrice as strict with yourself. And the realization is that it's not even necessary. You can just be very selective, and that's okay. And being selective is even needed, because there are certain people from last season or the last 10, 20, 30 years that have not been trustworthy, but that have been in your closest circle and who have been taking advantage of you in a way that is just impossible to deal with. And you realize that this game has to stop, because there is a very unhealthy dynamic behind all of this, which is the dynamic of being looked up to, being put on a pedestal by others when you didn't even ask for that. The realization here is that it's mostly just envy. It's a love-hate relationship. So this person or these people being nice to you one day, and when they realize that you poisoned them because they were too weak, as I said before, it switches and it kind of tips into the other scale, the other direction that is the hate relationship. And it's going back and forth between those two. The solution is to put all your attention into your own skills, your own life, your own possibilities that are going to unfold in this winter, late autumn or winter, and to prepare yourself and to see that everything is ready when that project gets to start. And even looking at it, even thinking about it, even planning it out, gives you a ton of energy that you can also use in the current situation. So make use of that influx and inflow of energy, of motivation, of ending procrastination. Use that for chores that are not your favorite. Just use it, use that wave for doing things that are not as interesting to you. So then you can take a look into what's coming up in autumn, in winter, when Virgo season arrives. I feel like you're done with with this up here. You really want to get out of the sorrow. You want everything to be alright in your life right now. And you feel you're done with this. You're done with playing games. You're done with the mind games. You're done with the drama. you just want to move on, but you have to move through it, and you have to move through it in a way that is productive. So you can go here. There's no shortcutting if you're not willing to put your emotions, to put your force, your fire into something that is creative, that can be done with your hands, that can be done with words, expressing yourself. That is what is very important in this season. Okay, Scorpio, thank you so much for your patience with the wind and the camera hiccups and the cards flying all over the place. If you got something out of this video, please subscribe to the channel, show this video to your friends, forward it, share it. I would be glad to see you here next season again when it's Virgo season. Until then, just have patience. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.